In this video, I'm going to share with you 16 code that can use to get it at a very cheaper rate from MTN and Airtel. So if you have been looking for a way on how to get it at a very cheaper rate, then this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 16 code that can use to get it at a very cheaper rate if you are using MTN and Airtel. So make sure you watch this video to the end to be able to know those codes that can use to get it at a very cheaper rate from MTN and Airtel. If you are using other network, I've also done similar video on how to get it at a very cheaper rate from other networks. So I'm going to attach those other videos to the description of this video. After you finish watching this video, you can check the description of this video to watch this other video. If you are coming across my channel for the first time, you are welcome. On this channel, I teach you different methods that you can work from home and make passive income online. If that interests you, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification so that anytime I upload videos like this, you will be the first person to get the notification. And if you got value from this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and also drop your comment in the comment section. So we are going to be starting with MTN. The first code to get free data from MTN is *312*2#. So let's dial it and see what can get with this code. Get 200 MB for 15 naira. So with 15 naira, get 200 MB if you are using this code. So this is a very good option that can use to get it at a very cheaper rate from MTN. The number 2 code that can use to get it at a very cheaper rate from MTN is *121#. So that's *121#. Then you dial 2, which is Data4ME. Get 1.5 gigabytes for 300 naira. So with 300 naira, I can get 1.5 gigabytes of data. So which means 1 gigabyte of data is just 200 naira. So this is another good option that I can use to get it at a very cheaper rate from MTN. The number 3 code that I can use to get it at a very cheaper rate from MTN is *406*3#. So let's dial it and see what can get with this code. So this is for midnight browsing. So if you do a lot of work in the night, you can use this one to get it at a very cheaper rate that you can use for your night browsing. And for you to be able to use this data plan, you need to migrate to MTN Pulse. With 75 naira, you can get 500 MB, which means with 150 you can get 1 gigabyte of data. And you can do up to 2 gigabytes of data that you can use for your browsing. So you can use this data from 11 PM in the night to 6 AM in the night. The number 4 code that I can use to get it at a very cheaper from MTN is *312*88#. *312*88#. So let's dial it and see what I can get with this code. You'll be charged 200 naira for this purchase of 1 gigabyte plus 500 MB monthly plan. So with 200 I can get 1.5 gigabytes of data and it will last you for 1 month. So this is another good option that I can use to get it at a very cheaper rate from MTN. The number 5 code that I can use to get it at a very cheaper rate from MTN is *312*3*4#. So let's dial it and see what can get with this code. This is mostly for TikTok. So if you normally upload videos on TikTok or you go live on TikTok, you can use this code to get it at a very cheaper rate that you can use for your TikTok. I have 2 options that's available on this plan. The first option with 15 naira get 150 MB to last for 1 day. The second option with 400 naira get 2 gigabytes of data, it will last for 7 days. The one that I make use of is the second option, which is 400 naira for 2 gigabytes of data, and this data will last you for 7 days. So this is another good option to get cheap data from MTN. The number 6 code that I can use to get it at a very cheaper from MTN is *312*87#. So let's dial it and see what can get with this code. You will be charged 15 naira for this purchase of 200 MB plus 250 MB 14 days plan. So with 15 naira get 450 MB and it will last you for 14 days. So this is another good option that you can use to get cheap data from MTN. The number 7 code that I can use to get cheap data from MTN is *121#. Then you dial 4, which is Smart Data. So you have 4 options that's available for you. The first option is daily plan, then the second option is 7 days offer, the third option is 14 days offer, then the fourth option 30 days offer. So let's dial number 1 for the 1 day plan to see the option that's available. So you have 2 options that's available on this number 1. The first option with 1000 I can get 4.5 gigabytes of data. The second option with 400 naira get 2.5 gigabytes of data. So the one that I prefer most is the second option, which is 400 naira for 2.5 gigabytes of data, which means 1 gigabyte of data is less than 200 naira. So let's dial 0 to go back. We are going to dial 2 to check the 7 days plan. So on the 7 days plan, we have 3 options that is available for us. The first option with 3 I can get 18 gigabytes of data. The second option with 4,000 I can get 22 gigabytes of data. Third option with 7,000 I can get 40 gigabytes of data. If you are going for the third one, which is 7,000 for 40 gigabytes of data, if you divide this, which means 1 gigabyte of data is less than 200 naira. So let's dial 0 to go back. We're going to dial 3 to check the 14 days offer. On the 14 days offer, we have 2 options that's available. The first option with 12,000 I can get 70 gigabytes of data. The second option with 7,000 I can get 35 gigabytes of data. So these are other options that can use to get it at a very cheap rate from MTN. So we're going to dial 0 to go back to the next option. So we're going to dial number 4 to check the 30 days offer. So on the 30 days offer, we have 4 options that's available for us. So the first option with 25 naira gets 100 MB. Then the second option with 15 I get 250 MB. Then the third option with 10,000 I get 53 gigabytes of data. Then the last option with 16,000 I get 110 gigabytes of data. So if you can use any of these options to get cheap data that I can use for your MTN line. So let's say we are going for the last option, which is 16,000 for 110 gigabytes of data. Let's do this calculation to know how much 1 gigabyte of data will cost you. 16 divided by 110, that means 1 gigabyte of data will cost 145 naira. So this is a very good option that I can use to get data at a very cheap price from MTN, and this will last you for 30 days. The number 8 code that I can use to get data at a very cheap price from MTN is star 312 star 4 hash. Then you dial 2, which is broadband bundle. Then you dial 1 cap plan. So you have 3 options that's available for you. The first option is the monthly plan, then the second option is 3-month plan, then the last option is the yearly plan. So let's dial 1 to check your monthly plan. On the monthly plan, you have 4 options that's available for you. The first option with 9,000 I can get 30 gigabytes of data. The second option with 14,500 you can get 60 gigabytes of data. The third option with 24,000 you can get 220 gigabytes of data. Then the fourth option with 37,500 can get 200 gigabytes of data. So you can use any of these options to get data at a very cheap price from MTN. Let's dial 0 to check the other option. So we're going to dial 2 to check the 3 months plan. So the 3 months plan, if you want to do a data plan that will cover you for 3 months, you can use this option. With 75,000 I can get 450 gigabytes of data, and this will last you for 3 months. So let's dial 0 to check the last option. So you dial 3 to check the yearly plan. So for the yearly plan, if you want to do a data plan that will last for 1 full year, you can use this yearly plan to get data from MTN. With 225,000 you can get 1.5 terabytes to last for 1 year. So let's do a list calculation to know how much 1 gigabyte of data will cost if you want to go for this. 225,000 divided by 1,500. So 1 gigabyte of data will cost just 150 naira. So this is a very good option that you can use to get data at a very cheap price from MTN. So in the next section, we are going to be talking about those codes that can use to get data at a very cheap price from Airtel. The number 1 code that can use to get data at a very cheap price from Airtel is star 312 star 6 hash. So let's dial it and see what we can get with this code. Get 2 gigabyte plus 2 gigabyte bonus for 750 naira. So with 750 naira get 4 gigabytes of data, and this data will last you for 2 days. So this is a very good option to get cheap data from Airtel. The second code that can use to get cheap data from Airtel is star 312 star 7 hash. So let's dial it and see what we can get with this code. With 500 I can get 1 gigabyte plus 1 gigabyte bonus and this data will be valid for 1 day. So with 500 I can get 2 GB of data that you can use to browse with Airtel. So this is another good option to get cheap data from Airtel. The number 3 code I can use to get cheap data from Airtel is *312*4#. So let's dial it and see what we can get with this code. With 3000 I can get 10 GB of data valid for 7 days plus 2 GB of data for YouTube Night plus 200 MB for YouTube, Instagram and TikTok. So with 3000 I can get 12.2 GB of data that I can use to browse with Airtel. So this is another good option to get data at a very cheaper from Airtel. The number 4 code to get cheap data from Airtel is *312*5#. So let's dial it and see what we can get with this code. With 15 you can get 3.5 GB plus 3.5 GB bonus valid for 7 days plus 2 GB for YouTube Night plus 200 MB for YouTube, IG and TikTok. So with 15 you can get 9.2 GB of data that I can use, and this data will last you for 7 days. So this is another good option to get data at a very cheaper from Airtel. The number 5 code to get data at a very cheaper from Airtel is *312*2*8#. So let's dial it and see what we can get with this code. You have 2 options that's available for you. The first option with 4000 I can get 15 GB of data. The second option with 75 can get 40 GB of data. The one that I normally prefer is the second option, which is 75 for 40 GB of data. So let's do a little calculation to know how much 1 GB of data will cost if you are going for this option. 75 divided by 40. So 1 GB of data will cost you 187 naira. So this is another good option that you can use to get data at a very cheaper from Airtel. The number 6 code that I can use to get data at a very cheaper from Airtel is *312*1*5#. So let's dial it and see what we can get with this code. With 15 I can get 250 MB valid for, you can make use of this from 12 midnight to 5 AM. So this is mostly for night browsing. So if you do a lot of work in the night, you can use this one to get data at a very cheaper you can use for your night browsing. The number 7 code that I can use to get data at a very cheaper from Airtel is *312*2*5#. So let's dial it and see what we can get with this code. So with this option you have 5 offers that is available for you. The first option with 10,000 I can get 35 GB of data. The second option with 15,000 I can get 60 GB of data. Third option with 20,000 I can get 100 GB of data. Then the last option with 30,000 I can get 160 GB of data. Then the fifth option with 40,000 I can get 210 GB of data. So if you can use any of these options to get data at a very cheaper that you can use for your Airtel. So this is mostly for heavy data users. So if you use data to run your daily activities or your business, you can use any of this code to get data at a very cheaper from Airtel. The next code that you can use to get data at a very cheaper from Airtel is so you have 3 options that's available for you. The first option with 15,000 I can get 300 MB that will last for 90 days, which is 3 months. The second option with 60,000 I can get 350 GB and it will last you for 120 days, that is 4 months. Then the last option with 100,000 I can get 650 MB to last for 365 days, that is 1 year. So if you want to do a data plan that will last you for a long period of time, you can use any of these options to get data at a very cheap price that you can use for your browsing. So these are the top 16 codes that I can use to get cheap data from MTN and Airtel. If you got value from this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and also drop your comment in the comment section. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification so that anytime I upload videos like this, you will be the first person to get the notification. So I will see you in my next video. Bye.